scientists liken its success to sinking a golf putt of 2,260 miles. More on this historic mission and its unexpected findings from David Dow.
3 billion miles away, Voyager 2 received its final flying orders today. Commands to soar to within 3,000 miles of Neptune's northern cloud tops Thursday, then 5 hours later sweep by the planet's largest moon.
At the moment, we believe that everything is fine and that we are on target for a proper trajectory past both Neptune and Triton.
The pictures now coming back from Neptune baffle scientists with the dynamic features they reveal. Clouds and weather that may change as fast as Earth's, a jet stream that defies imagination.
We've measured the winds now in Neptune's atmosphere, and we find that they're 450 miles per hour at mid-latitudes, which is really surprisingly strong winds.
Many scientists had expected to find a bland planet, such as Uranus, Neptune's nearest neighbor. But when they study these time-lapse pictures of Neptune with its great dark spot, they think of Jupiter with its giant red spot, a huge hurricane in about the same relative location. Whether Neptune's Earth-sized spot is a hurricane and what drives the clouds around it, analysts aren't sure.
At this point, we don't pretend to even, we won't even guess as to what's happening. It's just an example that Neptune is very active. It is dynamically very active, and that's surprising.
Voyager has already photographed the faint ring fragments that scientists had expected to find around Neptune. In coming days, they hope for more ring pictures and some answers to the questions that grow in number with every image from the distant and surprising planet. David Dow, CBS News, at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
David Dow reports.
Voyager 2 today changed our view of Neptune. As it turns out, the giant planet has a ring around it, a halo of particles about 16,000 miles from its surface. Scientists discovered it while studying one of two faint ring arcs, ring fragments they'd previously seen.
It is indeed a completely new ring, but it's a very tenuous ring. That is, there's very little material in it.
Neptune is the fourth outer planet to reveal rings, the leftover debris of the solar system. And some suspect that when all the images are in, the other ring arc may turn out to be a second full ring.
There is still a region in which we are unable to see anything at the moment, but if I were to make a guess, I would guess that the ring probably is filled.
Voyager is still about 2 million miles from Neptune, but already it's sending back pictures of Triton, the largest of the planet's 6 known moons. Among those watching the incoming pictures is Soviet geologist Alexander Basilovsky. For the first time, Soviet scientists are official members of a U.S. planetary team after years of unofficial cooperation between the two countries. With today's ring discovery, Voyager continues to rewrite the textbooks of planetary science. Said one scientist, almost everything we're seeing is new. David Dow, CBS News, at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
New pictures from Voyager show the planet's great dark spot and some rapidly changing white clouds. Also visible, the faint arc discovered yesterday, which could be a second full ring around Neptune. And the planet's largest moon, Triton, appears to have a blue atmosphere, the first discovered on a moon. Voyager 2 is just hours away from its close encounter with the blue planet. David Dow reports on the overnight sensation that was years in the making.
It is the climax of a 12-year odyssey. Voyager now so close to Neptune that the great dark spot fills the lens of its camera.
This is it. This is the 24 hours we've been waiting for.
It isn't just scientists who are watching. Across the country, thousands are visiting museums and planetariums to view the latest pictures from Neptune, beamed from nearly 3 billion miles away. Some had never known a time when Voyager was not making its grand tour of the outer solar system.
Voyager is 12 and I'm 10, so he's 2 years older than me.
In Washington, the great-great-grandson of a discoverer of Neptune watched in amazement.
Indeed. Well, it just seems miraculous.
As Voyager approaches tonight's closest encounter, Neptune has become a spinning globe, a mapped planet, thanks to the spacecraft and Earth-based computers. Meanwhile, Voyager continues making discoveries. 2 tiny new moons, N5 and N6, each less than 60 miles across. Voyager had already found 4 other moons. One of those, it turns out, is not round. New evidence of a complex icy surface on the moon Triton, perhaps even craters, and stronger pictorial evidence that Neptune has 2 full rings, not just one.
If you were riding aboard the spacecraft, you might just barely be able to pick them out with your eye. Yeah.
Voyager will arrive at Neptune 4.5 minutes earlier than the estimates of many years ago. It will pass about 3,000 miles above the planet's cloud tops.
It's within 20 miles of the point we aimed at, 3 billion miles away. So it's not bad shooting.
Within hours, Voyager will tell scientists more about Neptune than they've learned in all recorded history. Handling the rush of data, said one astronomer, is like trying to take a drink from a fire hose. David Dow, CBS News, at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
It's sending back data as it heads out of the solar system forever. David Dow has the latest at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Faith. Scientists are using words like euphoric to describe their delight at this last planetary encounter before Voyager 2 flies off toward interstellar space. Confirmation of last night's close encounter with Neptune arrived in mission control a little after 1 a.m. Pacific time today. There were no pictures of the moment. At 61,000 miles an hour, the spacecraft was traveling too fast to take any. 5 hours after passing to within 3,000 miles of Neptune, Voyager arrived within close-up range of Triton, the largest of Neptune's 8 known moons. Pictures taken just before that close approach reveal the bizarre and varied world that's been the subject of intense speculation. An object a little smaller than our own moon, but probably laced with glaciers of methane and nitrogen. Besides analyzing this exotic surface, scientists want answers to other questions. Among them, why does Triton orbit backwards? Was it at some time in a terrible collision that literally knocked it for a loop? Some scientists say that Triton may be so unusual, its surface so bizarre and puzzling, that it could wind up upstaging Neptune itself. Faith?
David, how long will Voyager 2 continue sending back data?
Scientists expect to receive data, useful data at that, from Voyager 2 for up to 25 or 30 years. By that time, it could be literally out of the influence of our sun and heading out into interstellar space.
David Dow in California, thank you.
As Voyager 2 zipped by at more than 61,000 miles an hour last night, its cameras shot terrific pictures of Neptune's bizarre moon Triton. These black and white pictures were just received this morning. Color enhancement comes later. Scientists say the pictures are revealing remarkable details about this mysterious moon that's orbiting the planet backwards.
To resolve features the size of a city block.
Voyager has now said goodbye to Neptune and to Triton. It's heading out into the unexplored vastness of interstellar space.
David Dow reports on the flight of Voyager and the excitement here on Earth about discoveries that are out of this world.
Voyager said goodbye to the outer planets with one final stunning picture show of Triton, the largest moon of Neptune.
Yeah, there we go. Wow, wow.
It was, said one scientist, a day of oohs and ahs, close-ups of a startling new world at the end of a 12-year odyssey of discovery.
I think it was a smashing success and an absolutely fascinating object to finish it off with, don't you think?
Any way you cut it, it was history. Voyager 2, the first spaceship to tour the 4 giant planets of the deep solar system and keep going toward the stars.
We are witness today to truly an amazing feat of American space technology.
The images pouring down from Voyager showed objects as small as a city block. Scientists studied them with excitement and often bewilderment.
This is more than just atmosphere. This is stuff. Yeah.
The pictures of Triton showed a world of glaciers, craters, frozen basins, and long, low ridges.
This is an ice world, a moon with water ice on it, methane ice, perhaps other ices. The variety is the astounding thing. It's as if many different types of planetary things had all been jammed into one planet.
A planet, a moon that may once have been volcanically active many millions of years ago.
What we're seeing is the frozen imprint of that era.